On the x-axis, we have the values field as month, but you can specify another fields there if you want to. You can give it a title and just let's say power. Then that power shows there, but that's a bit cluttered there, so I'm not going to insert power there. The value format, you can choose between string, numeric and datetime. For now I'm just going to leave it at string. The format, you can also select a specific format according to your data type that you're looking at. For now I'm just going to leave it at string. The character limit is the limit of characters displayed in the x-axis. So 50 is a good value, but sometimes you have longer values and you want to increase that character limit. It also has the division factor, so if you have a continuous series on your x-axis, say from 0 to 100, and you keep the division factor, it will divide that x-axis in two pieces by using the 50 division factor. But in this case, using months on my x-axis, this division factor won't apply. This is a nice field to toggle if this is like if the x-axis is using months, because you can see it's not in the actual month order we know. So if I change that to yes, then it will change to the normal order of months: January, February, March, etc. Then we can also specify the position to be either bottom, top, left or right. The x-axis, so now the x-axis is at the top, or you can change it as you need to, but let's keep it at the bottom. Then you can also invert the x-axis if you would like to do that. It's around, going from January that side to September, etc. on that side. But that doesn't make sense for this use case, so I'm just going to turn that off. You can enable zoom and pan enabled, so if you say yes, then you can click and drag and zoom in, or zoom, if you pinch and zoom out, it zooms out again. So that's a nice feature. If you use the sort by argument, then if you change this to yes, you can manually sort it according to your sort by argument there. But for now, I'm just going to leave that blank. And then the text behavior, we can it's standard or rotated or staggered. So rotate it vertically in a sense, or staggered shows it in this order. What I like to do with times is I keep it rotated and I rotate it to minus 90 degrees. Then it reads in that order. Text alignment, you can say left or right, and that's there. Let's keep it on standard and you can see the difference there. Right, that way, or just center. You can also specify the font size. Let's make that 16, and it's big. I'll keep it at 11. Yeah, and rotate that. And now it displays in this order. Okay, let's move on to the y-axis. You can specify the title of your y-axis. So if you want to give it like power in kilowatt, then it will display. Oops. There's the title of the y-axis and its units. The values inserted in this y-axis is these parameters specified at the top, such as active power, wind speed and air temperature. Then if you changed the chart type to a bubble in the plot, let's do that quickly. A bar chart, let's make that a bubble. Then you can specify in the y-axis the bubble size field. So this indicates that if you choose that field, let's choose active power as the field, then it should pop up that the bubbles increase in size there, as you can see. But I'm not going to use a bubble chart, so let's just going to turn that back to bar chart. In the y-axis settings, you can also specify, just to show it a bit clear, I'm just going to remove this planes here. And then, okay, let's go on. from the y-axis, we can specify the color of each bar. So I like a green color, it automatically adds it there, and then I can choose another color like red, and maybe something like purple. There we go, you can see it added the value colors there. Then you can also specify different chart types for a specific measure. So I would like, say, the active power to be a bar chart, the second measure such as wind speed to be a spline chart, and the air temperature to be a line chart separated by commas. And there you can see it changed to these different types of charts. So you can have different type of charts on one single widget pane. Then also you can, we previously discussed the different panes. So I'm gonna go back to plot, gonna specify my panes. So I would like 3 different panes, such as the power pane, this wind pane, and the temperature pane. And then I'm just gonna copy these words with these commas, and I'm going to go to the y-axis, go to these series panes, and I'm going to paste these words: power, wind, and temperature. Now you can see the data was splitted into 3 different panes, showing it nicely. There we go. That's the one option, to divide it in different panes. Or the other option is to keep all the parameters on the same chart. Just going to remove these panes here. The other option is to keep all the parameters on the same chart, then go to the y-axis, copy these value fields, and let's paste it into the value axis and the series axis. Then you will see the different, there's the one axis for the power, the one axis there for the wind speed, and another axis for the temperature. Then we can also specify the format, such as keep it fixed point, or the specific format of your y-axis. I'm just going to leave it at fixed point for now. You can also select the value format to be numeric string or date time, depending on your variables and the data. The axis type can be continuous, discrete, or logarithmic for your specific use case. Axis precision, you can change the specific precision of your axis to be more precise depending on how accurate your data is and the intervals. Zoom and band enabled, you can change that to yes, and if we select that, we can zoom in, zoom out. You can also specify a minimum and maximum value for your charts, but in this use case it's not going to be applicable because my y-axis is different for each and every parameter. But we can say that is 100 and 1000, but that won't update on my chart. So if you use it in your case with a single measure, that could work correctly. You can also change the position to right or bottom or top, but let's keep it the y-axis at the left. As you can see, we have multiple axes, so this left option is not applicable in my scenario.